Okay, so I'm not big into New Year's resolutions. I think most people will probably be on the same page here. It's kind of cliche at this point, but one habit that I will 100% be taking with me into 2022 and probably for the foreseeable future is, well, something so stupidly simple that most people, including myself, just frankly write it off. Pun intended. So, journaling. Look, I get it. Most people are like, why would you carry around a journal when you have a perfectly good smartphone, like literal mini computer in your pocket, basically 24/7? Like, why? It's clunky. Resorting to digital note-taking, scheduling, planning is basically the default for anyone and everyone, and was for me up until about 6 months ago. This is nothing new. Like, you've seen people talk about journaling, those productivity hacking habit videos and stuff, but what if I told you that using this for the last 6 months has quite honestly changed pretty much everything about the way I work and live my life? So I realize that may seem a little far-fetched, but let me break down how and why I've been using these journals in my day-to-day life. I know I'm not the only one who feels massively intimidated and overwhelmed when approaching these productivity hacking, lifestyle changes. I mean, let's face it, you watch all of these videos from these amazing creators, these high performers who are seemingly like endlessly optimizing every aspect of their work and life. And I can't help but get a little bit discouraged when I try to take on something they talk about. I try it for a few days or a week and I can't stick with it. I can't turn it into an actual habit. And so when it came to journaling, I didn't really know where to start. But after talking with enough people and convincing myself that it was worth really giving a shot, I think I was able to find some methods and kind of adapt my own to overcome that hump and actually make this a regular practice in my life. So first things first, you're gonna need a journal, obviously. And no, you don't need like some nice leather bound book with, nice thick parchment paper or anything. You can use any sort of journal, big or small, whatever really is comfortable for you. But I do suggest looking around and finding something that you actually like and you don't mind carrying around and having on a regular basis. I find that this tends to be about the right size for me. A really good pen makes a huge difference. If you don't enjoy actually writing, you'd be really surprised how much a good pen and paper really make a difference to make that experience just actually enjoyable. This is just a really simple lined notebook, nothing special about it. Now, when I talk about journaling, I'm not saying you need to go write down your every single thought and write detailed to-do lists and schedule your day out hour by hour. Here's what I do. For every single day, I start a really simple bullet list. I start with writing the date in the top right corner up on a line, and then underneath, I begin a bullet list of about 6 critical tasks to get done throughout the day. Yes, sometimes I'll write down more things, jot down notes from a meeting, small notes or ideas, inspirations throughout the day, but the only necessary thing here are these 6 tasks. The point of this is we have this list of tasks that will actually move you forward in your life or in your work every single day. Nothing more, nothing less. It's that simple. Let me break down why I do it this way and why this works. First off, this is by no means a new methodology. In fact, the way I structure this is actually really similar to a method called bullet journaling. It's just a lot simpler, much more rudimentary. Peter McKinnon also does something really similar to this. I got a lot of inspiration from his video. Thank you, Peter. Just something to help keep me on track and accomplishing more on a daily basis. So I have 6 tasks, but the number of tasks isn't really too critical. You should aim for a number of tasks that's significant enough to keep you productive throughout the entire day, but not so much that it's unrealistic. Like, you don't want to find yourself often not being able to finish everything that you wrote down on your list. This is definitely going to take some time to figure out. It's going to be different from person to person. So just be patient with yourself and be honest about your own limitations. The important part here is don't overcomplicate things. So start small. A really simple daily list of maybe 5 to 7 bite-sized tasks and aim to cross them off all every single day and try it for a month. It can be as simple as put away gear or send an email to so-and-so or send a text message to somebody. It also doesn't need to be work related. If you need to clean your office, write it down, clean your office. The more direct and actionable each of these tasks are, the better. Avoid writing down things like shoot tutorial video. Instead, break it up into smaller bite-sized sections that your brain can more easily activate on. So in this case, maybe write something like write a hook for tutorial video script, or write out key points for tutorial video script, something like that. Then there's no significant steps in order to achieve that specific task. Like, now you just gotta do the thing. I find it works better for me to organize my day kind of around these tasks rather than letting a specific time of the day dictate my routine and the things that I'm getting done. In all honesty, there isn't a lot of consistency being a content creator, so I don't always wanna just plan to do all of my emails first thing in the morning. Like, maybe there's more important things that I should prioritize getting done first. Our brains nowadays tend to respond heavily to small and consistent amounts of dopamine stimulation. Social media, seeing the likes roll in, the comments, the views begin to add up, you get new messages, emails pop up. We're like programmed now. We instinctively wait and look for that small temporary hit of stimulus through a change of status. What's been really cool to me about journaling is I can achieve a similar feeling in creating these lists and throughout the day getting to cross them off as I finish them. Something about it is just so satisfying. You write out these lists, I'm kind of OCD, and then when you get to put a slash through it, it feels good. It kind of starts to become a game. Over time, you can start to see, how many days can I go in a row of crossing off every single task. At the end of the day, this is just a practice that simply helps to keep you accountable, a way to visualize your success, keep you on track, limit procrastination. It gives you a way to visualize and measure yourself regarding how much you're able to actually complete on a daily basis without burning out in the process. One thing that definitely took me a little bit to overcome is don't feel pressured to protect the real estate of your pages. I don't know, for some reason I used to view each of these pages, each of these lines as sacred space. I only wanted to write something down if it was super important or some profound thought or idea. Don't make that mistake. If you need to reply to a text message, write it down. If you need to put your clothes in the dryer, write it down. No one else needs to read this. It can be as messy or as abstract as you like. If what you wrote on the page just doesn't seem relevant anymore, or the thoughts are maybe too scattered, you can just rip it out. There's no reason why a pen and paper and ripping out a page should feel any more intimidating than just pressing the backspace key a few times. Now that we're going into the new year and I've been doing this long enough that this practice has actually become a habit, I've picked up some new notebooks that give me more to fill out on a daily basis, a little more complex, but will just help me to expand on my journaling routine and hopefully refine my process even more. These are the things, the method that I've found that has worked for me and has given me a lot of success in journaling. But don't feel pressured to stick to some blueprint or stick to my blueprint. That's sort of the whole reason I'm doing this video and the point I'm trying to get across. At the end of the day, this is a habit that has to be built over time and practiced consistently in order to really be effective. Journaling is a way to organize your thoughts and make sense of that mess and noise that's in your brain. But no two people have the same mess going on in their life. And what may work for one person in organizing their mess might not work for you. So hopefully what I've learned in this process and some of the tips that I've shared with you guys can help you figure out what will work for you.